boys, girls, commenters, subscribers, just generally anybody who's watching this video. Welcome back! It is motorcycle service day, and I got this. I got a Gixxer. Well, a bit of Gixxer. Not buying it. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, I got a GSX-S. GSX. I got a GSX-S1000. A Suzuki GSX-S1000. For a loaner bike for today. Already sounds freaking impressive. I never liked these bikes for some reason. First impressions, that throttle is way sensitive. And that noise is way impressive. I will stipulate this by saying, yes, my gear changes are going to be absolutely rancid because it's one of those bikes that you need sport boots for, and I ain't got sports boots. Very exposed with that not having anything on the front. I really am spoilt when it comes to that. So yeah, my bike's ain't getting serviced, so I decided that I want to take a bike out. He gave me a choice. He gave me a big choice. Give me a choice between this 1050 XT, 650 XT. I did have the choice of the FTR 1200, and that had a flat battery, so I took this. I currently don't have a clue where I'm going. Oh my goodness, I've just done a big loop. So the ride from Hillsborough to here, in County Down, Newcastle County Down, I kind of didn't want to film it because it was crazy how many times this thing nearly, I nearly tried to kill myself on it. Just kidding. But it is a GSX-S1000F. It's a nice wee bike. I do like it, but it's one of those compact son of a buggers. I'm kind of on my tiptoes. I just hit a rut. I'm kind of on my tiptoes, but it's a bit like the Tracer. It's manageable bubble. So it's stonkingly nice sounding. Well, this time I didn't stall it when I went to drive off. So it did come down here, but there's nowhere open at the minute. And I don't fancy queuing at Morelli's. So we're going to take this up the mountain. So currently popping up in front of your eyes are some of the specifications for this motorcycle. It is an absolute beast. It just wants to go. And of course it starts to rain. The seat on it's actually surprisingly comfortable. I thought these bikes were not comfortable. Sports bike suspension too. It's probably not really designed for to be on these roads anyway, so I can accept that. And then you go 3, 2, 1. Definitely, I'm not used to being so sort of tight to the tank and ready to go. It is a bit hard with the motocross boots, so yeah, that's not their fault. That's my fault for owning only motocross boots. It almost feels like when you get going that you could flick the bike about, like seriously. I know it's a shorter wheelbase than what I'm used to. It feels like super capable of doing anything. Take it up around Spelga direction, and from a speedo point of view, everything's there. It's got TC, it's got a water temperature gauge, it's got a fuel gauge, it's got a miles per gallon, it's got a rev counter, and then you can flick through, have your ODO trips. Also gives you your average, also gives you your range, which that's interesting. I've never had a bike that's done that before. It's definitely a bike that you're highly aware of the road condition. And then when you call like that there, when you call upon all the power in the human world, it's got it. It has got it right there in your hand. I can see why people are hooting these bikes around the place. It's actually a miserably grey day today. The sun is trying to break through, but it's not actually doing it at the minute. It is only, what, 11:30? So the reason I brought it up round this way is because this is the road from Hilltown to Spelga. And there's a couple of big, tight, curly, whirly corners in here, and I want to see if this bike's any better. Do the sport bike thing, get the tyres warmed up. Just up there is the first one, and then up there's the second one. And this is a bit of a one here. And I get stuck behind a cyclist. Whoop. Just coming up on Spelga. Ooh, it's windy. Ah! So to me, the bikes, the GSX and the GSX-Fs, the Gixxers, they're a very chesty bike. That all the mass is at the front, so I am getting a bit of push off the wind here, which is a bit crazy, but it's nothing that I can't deal with. I wonder where he was going. I am definitely pushing into the wind, so pump the chest up, it's like a giant air brake. Brakes are... Oh. I actually find myself more confident to lean. That is some view. I get it, obviously, because it's 1000. It's a lot of... It's a 4-cylinder. So I'm actually finding myself pulling off in places. Well, not pulling off, but maybe sinking down to 10 mile an hour in third, and then just still being able to cruise off. Take you down and show you the forbidden road. Maybe another time. The road, the reservoir is actually getting low, so the road, there's actually a road that goes right down there, but this is a test ride video, but I'm enjoying it. Been a while since I've been down here, so and away we go. The sound alone of this bike is just madness. It's got the stock pipe on it, and it's just ballistic. Oh yes, son, come out, son, please. A thing that really surprised me with this bike is it does slow pretty well. Also get the feeling that if the traction control wasn't in charge, you could probably flip this bike pretty hard. So do the things I don't like about this bike that aren't really a big problem in the grand scheme of things, but the rear hangers are the way I don't like being up this high. Makes it really awkward, but they are changeable. Screen could do with a flick on it or something, just to put it up over the edge. Take a whole lot of hassle off the face. These bikes are generally for, well, what I would use it for would be generally just a weekend hooning around the place. Commuting wise, I've done, say, the guts of 100 miles a day, and a bit numb, and my hands go dead a handful of times, but different grips, different bars, different bike, you know, so it's time to take it back and get my tracer back. Probably really love to see this with a hydraulic clutch, but hey ho, beggars can't be choosers. I would filter, but it's not my bike, and it's bloody wide this. So yeah, it's been a really nice day. I actually managed to get out on a bike that's well out of my capability and use it to zero of the capability of it. Commutability, you could actually probably commute on this. Definitely a weekend warrior bike. Would definitely need to buy a new helmet if I bought a bike like this, because I don't fancy getting my head peeled off my shoulders. So everybody, like, comment, and if you haven't already, subscribe. I have plenty more test rides to come, plenty more ideas for random bikes that I've never rode before. I will admit, it feels weird being back on this. And don't forget, keep it lit, and if you can't keep it lit, get a test ride, go out and experience the bike.
Incoming!